To the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori, and in this community we strive to educate, motivate, and inspire each other in all things travel related. So if you love travel with fashion included, if you love travel with food included, travel with all the things included, then this may be the community for you. So consider subscribing, clicking on that red button down below, and becoming part of the tribe. Also, as you watch this video, if you find that you're enjoying it, if you find that you're inspired, that you like something, that you've learned something, then please give the video a big thumbs up, because this tells YouTube to push it out to other members of the YouTube community who may be interested in similar content as well. As you saw from the thumbnail, in today's video, we'll be talking about places to travel that will give you the biggest bang for your buck. You may not have noticed, or maybe you have, but it seems to be a down economy. I know that the econ gurus are hesitant to use the R word, some of them, recession. However, we are in a down economy. And so people have been trying to find ways to save, but the data shows that people are still planning on doing as much travel, if not more travel in 2024 than they did in 2023, or as they did in 2023. So I'll be sharing with you Skyscanner's top places to travel, value-added places where you can get the biggest bang for your buck in 2024. And all of the data that I'll be sharing here today will be from Skyscanner. I will place that link down in the description box below, of course, because we share our sources around here. So let's get right into the video. So if you wish to ignore this list of whichever are the most budget-friendly choices, or perhaps you've been to all of these places or you do not wish to travel to any of these places, here are the top trending searches for 2024. At the top of the list is the Cayman Islands at 483%. I have a feeling that the increase with the Cayman Islands may have to do with the increase in flights to that island, because it typically was isolated because only one or two airlines flew there. And I think now, especially, I know for sure, I've heard of Delta starting direct flights there from Atlanta in December of 2023. So with increased flights and increased airline presence in the Cayman Islands, especially Grand Cayman, then you're going to find that people are more likely to travel there. And so I know I for one, have been using the search feature to see the Cayman Islands and how affordable it would be and at what times of year it would be best to visit and all of that. So I may have contributed to quite a percentage of the increase in searches for the Cayman Islands. Second on the list for increases in searches is French Polynesia at 227% increase. Then Osaka, Japan at 210%, Tokyo, Japan at 201%, the US Virgin Islands at 198%, Bucharest, Romania at 190%, Bermuda at 184%, Taipei, Taiwan at 177%, St. Martin at 155%, and Oranjestad, Aruba at 155%. Out of that list, I've been to Aruba. I've also been to Bermuda and St. Martin. but I've not been to French Polynesia. It's on the list, but and of course Osaka and Tokyo, Japan, both of which I would love to travel to. So if this is more your speed, let me let you know where the increased searches are, or perhaps those are places you want to avoid because you don't want to be in the crowds, in the rush of all the people and where they are. Another interesting fact is that Skyscanner's Search Everywhere feature has been the most used tool on their platform. And this is interesting because it shows that people are choosing to travel where it's cheap. I shared in a separate video how to use that Search Everywhere feature because I said to go where it's cheap rather than choosing some, oh, I always wanted to travel their destination. It's more likely that there are places that you have not traveled than places that you have traveled unless you are a very experienced globetrotter. So using the Search Everywhere or Go Everywhere feature rather, you will find that it will show you starting from the most affordable to the least affordable, or the most discounted, or the cheapest to the least cheap. It will go down the list and show you which of those are best. And I'll show you, I'll insert a little bit of my my TikTok here. Hey guys, I'm back and I want to show you a couple things with Skyscanner. Open your app, go to Explore Anywhere. I'm putting in Charlotte, Douglas, so you just can see all of the different prices and different places you can go, but that's anytime. So specifically, I'm going to add a timeline, a time frame. Let's put December. Let's put the entire month of December, and then we can look at the calendar and see which dates are cheapest. So you look and you can see in the month of December, there's Puerto Rico. Those are the prices that are available. Of course, it's on like Frontier and Spirit, and there is a connection for each of those flights. There is Amsterdam. I remember I had this email from Going, which was Scott's Cheap Flights, going.com. Thank me later. And so I see going to the Google Flights calendar that this is a cheap flight from Tuesday, December 5th to about the 11th. It is literally $760 cheaper than what you would find elsewhere. I don't know how. But anyway, so another thing with Google Flights, you can do the Explore Anywhere feature as well. So you can go in and say, you know, I want to look for only nonstop flights. I want to search for only one connection flights. So I see that I can get that cheap flight to Amsterdam. So let's go back to Skyscanner and put in Amsterdam to everywhere. So I'll be in Amsterdam in December, hypothetically from these dates. So I put those dates in, and wow, I can get to Ireland for $60 round trip. Now, more than likely, I'll only do it one way because I'll be hopping from country to country. So I can go to Ireland for $60. I can go to Paris for $134 round trip. Really $96 round trip. But check this out. This is showing a layover with Ryanair. Of course, these are all budget airlines, Ryanair, EasyJet, etc. So if there is 24 hours that I'm going to have in Ireland, then why not fly to Paris directly from Amsterdam, have 24 hours to check out Dublin, and then go on to Paris, and then from Paris, go on to another country. I can easily, hop, skip, and a jump all around Europe. So number one on the list for affordable places to travel is someplace that I have been, and my most recent trip was last year, March, so 2023 in March, and that is Puerto Rico, specifically San Juan, Puerto Rico, where the average flight is about $295. And so depending on where you're traveling from, you may have a direct flight or you may have a connecting flight. But San Juan overall, the flights are affordable. And also the food is affordable, the people are friendly, it's warm, the water is beautiful, you have great beaches, and it's part of the United States, and so you will not need a passport or a passport card to travel there. You just need a valid federal photo ID, and there is no visa requirement, and it's easy to get in and out of the island. So you may want to look into San Juan for your 2024 travels. It's surely a great place to go. And like I said, it's a very short flight and very welcoming people and very affordable flights, and the hotels, the stays, the places to go, and everything. And I did a video on San Juan that I have linked in my city guides playlist. So I'll link the city guides. Otherwise, I'll be saying about all these videos that I've done before. So I'll just link the city guides playlist to the end of this video. So you can click on that after you've watched this one and see those other guides that I have to those cities about what to eat, where to stay, so on and so forth. Second on the list of budget-friendly places to travel in 2024 is another place that I visited in 2023, and that is Toronto, Canada, where the average flight deal is at $348 round trip. And so that is someplace else that I think is a great underrated location to travel to. Toronto actually made me feel like I was in New York a little bit. But a cleaner version of New York. No disrespect to New York. I've lived there a long time. But Toronto feels very metropolitan. There's a lot of construction going on. So that's how you know there's a lot of new growth in the city, and that they are very much investing in their infrastructure there. So to go to Toronto, there are lots of direct flights from multiple airlines. I flew WestJet, which is a Delta subsidiary, out of Nashville. So it was a direct flight from Nashville to Toronto. I believe it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours flight, if that. We stayed at the Four Seasons. Of course, I have a video on that. And the price to stay at the Four Seasons blew my mind. It was way cheaper than staying at the Four Seasons in New York or any of the other big cities in the US. And the service was impeccable. The food was amazing. And the shopping, of course, because shopping is part of what I do when I travel. The shopping component was also very good. So the food was good. The shopping was good. You know, at least two of the factors that I care about: food, shopping, music, the vibe, the people. Yes, it was all there. So Toronto is another place you should consider for 2024. Third on this list of budget-friendly places that you should consider is also some place that I have visited, and that is Nassau, Bahamas. However, I will say, before you travel or plan your travel, book your tickets to any of these locations, you should go to the travel.state.gov website, because it will state if there are any travel advisories for U.S. citizens and nationals. And so currently, as of the taping of this video, there is a travel advisory, a level 2 travel advisory. It goes from 1, normal caution, 2, exercise increased caution, 3, reconsider travel, to 4, do not travel. And so it's currently at a 2, Nassau, Bahamas. So you may want to consider why it's coming in at a 2. Look at the current news articles and such. Do your research, do your due diligence. Try to find information based on a specific location in which you will be located, so that you can make the best informed decision for yourself and for your family and for your safety. So Nassau, Bahamas comes in third, and that is because the average flight there is also $347 round trip. Now, the Bahamas is one of those places that I highly recommend under usual circumstances, because it is warm. Again, the people are friendly. The food is great. The food is affordable. The stays are affordable. They have built some newer resorts during the pandemic that are like mega resorts, if that's your thing. By the way, I'll have a video coming up soon. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'm thinking of doing a video on large scale brands, like, you know, the chain brand hotels versus the boutique style hotels, the smaller niche hotels that are more one-off types of names hotels. And I can do that, comparing the two, the pros and the cons of choosing one over the other. So sound off in the comments below and let me know. And before I go any further, I have neglected to congratulate Fatima, I think it's Fatima, for winning the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. She already has her $100 Amazon gift card in her possession. Congratulations, Fatima. There will be many more giveaways in the future, and that is just my small token of thanks to my subscribers for helping me reach this phenomenal place in our growth on the channel. And I will continue giving giveaways in the future. Some of them will be announced. Some of them will just be spontaneous, just will be pop-up, like pop quizzes. They will just be pop-up giveaways. Some of them will be multiple winners included in the giveaway. So be sure to keep commenting below. Make sure that you're subscribed, because I will only post the winner on the YouTube channel page, and so only subscribers can see the channel's page, the community page. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you share this video with others who you think can benefit from this content as well. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Next on the list is another Canadian city, and that is Vancouver, and that's coming in at $300 round trip for airfare on average. I've been to Vancouver also. It's been a few years ago. It was for an academic conference, and I found that it was beautiful. I did not have enough time to truly explore and get immersed in the culture of Vancouver. So I definitely need to go back. Perhaps I'll use some of those WestJet credits or miles that I have to take that trip in 2024. But there will be a lot of impromptu trips in 2024 since I'm back in the office and working at least 2 days in the office. So that kind of interrupts my work week. And then the 3 extra days that are taken up by doing physical therapy, trying to get myself back totally. All of those kind of, forces just kind of clash to explain why you're only getting 1 video a week. But I hope that you'll stay patient with me, because I'm planning quality content for you. And so I hope that you appreciate that. So Vancouver is next on the list of affordable places to travel. Next after Vancouver is Cancun, Mexico. Now, I was last in Cancun in December of 2022. Cancun is more of the party vibe. People try to get that out of Cancun. It's a spring break destination. A whole lot of college students descend on Cancun during spring break, so that may not be the place you want to be during the month of March. But Cancun is a beautiful place nonetheless, and of course, depending on which resort you choose, you will have a different vibe. And so when I was there, I stayed at the Hyatt Zelara, which is an adults only inclusive resort, and I don't normally do all-inclusive, but this one was just so special. It was top tier, top shelf as far as the food, the alcohol, the entertainment every night, the choice of specialty restaurants. There was a patisserie on the site in the hotel as well, where you can get your gelatos, you can get your chocolate covered strawberries, your macarons, your whatever you wanted. And it was open from early in the morning. There was coffee being served all day, specialty coffees, your lattes, your espressos, etc., until about 9 p.m. I think it was. So hotels, again, it varies your experience in Cancun, but Cancun, even that stay, which was a 5-star stay, I would say, it was not out of reach for the average individual. So you may want to look into Cancun for your next destination, and don't just think of it as a party destination for college students. There are adults there as well, and professional adults there as well. Next on the list is another Canadian city with an average of $429 round trip for the flight is Calgary, Canada. Now, I've never been to Calgary, but again, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. Is Calgary a place that would fit my vibe? Is Calgary a place that I would get all the things that I need from a good trip? The food, the music, the people, the shopping. So let me know in the comment section down below. And then another Mexico city shows up on the list, and that is San Jose del Cabo, affectionately called just Cabo. And that is coming up at around the average round trip flight is $429 round trip, depending, of course, from where you're flying. But never been to Cabo, had to cancel a trip a couple of years back. But Cabo is definitely one of the places that I have researched that I find intriguing, that I would love to go. So Tell me about Cabo if you've been there before. Next on the list of budget-friendly places to travel in 2024 is Bogota, Colombia. Now this I would never have guessed, but the average round trip is $440 per person. And I don't know a whole lot, except that I know that there are Afro Latin communities that I would love to visit in Colombia, like in Medellin. And I don't know how close that is to Bogota, but I figure flying into Bogota and then going to Medellin would be something that I would definitely want to do. Or like going back to Mexico, there were some places, some Afro Latin places, again, that some of the locals told me about that I definitely would look into going back and spending some time in those communities and just vibing out with those people and hearing their stories and getting immersed in that culture and all of the like. But if you've been to Bogota, or if you are looking into traveling there for 2024, let me know what your itinerary looks like, what places you recommend and all of that, because you never know. If it pops up on my search everywhere feature when I do it in Skyscanner, then I will gladly go there. Next on the list is yet another city out of Mexico, and that is Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and that's coming in at about $460 round trip, the airfare per person. And again, that's another place I have not been. So you're seeing the trend. Even though I've traveled a lot, I can still use that search anywhere feature or that go anywhere feature, or explore anywhere, everywhere, whatever the feature is called. But I can always use that and see, haven't been there. That may be interesting. I may want to go there. So let me do a little bit more research into that, see what the hotels are like, because a lot of travelers also say that the hotel prices are likely to greatly influence where they end up choosing to travel. It's not necessarily the flights, because the flights may be a few dollars, difference from one to the other, but the hotels may be $1,500 for one hotel in one location at the same time that it's $500 in another location. So, your miles may vary, adjust that figure up or down as you need to. And then last on our list is Santo Domingo from the Dominican Republic, and that's at about $460 round trip per person. Now the DR, as we affectionately state, is attached to Haiti. There have been some political issues between Haiti and the DR, and those political issues are partially the reason that I have not traveled to the DR. Don't have anything against the people, but it's just not been on my list. That is the list for 2024. Let me know what you think of this budget-friendly list. Do you have other ideas that you are surprised were not on the list? Were you surprised at any of these cities, countries that are on the list? And of course, as always, I want to hear your feedback. Where are you planning on going in 2024? Because you may inspire me to go to some place that I have not considered before. Thank you for watching this video. I know you have a choice in what you watch here on YouTube, and so I appreciate you coming back and clicking on another video and joining and spending your time with the community. So share your feedback in the comments, because it helps us all grow. Be sure to value experiences over things, because travel is the only thing you buy